What is going on, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, and I'm here with Eric. And we were expecting maybe a Zach to show up. We're not sure. He might pop in later. But what is up to One Slate Dude? What's going on? Anybody else might be tuning in?
Fucking waste of time.
It is, right?
I was watching Wake Forest took Michigan to the wire in overtime in Michigan, lost by 1 on a stupid play that resulted in a stupid shot.
Right.
Oh, well.
I should go throw you on there. Right here. Yeah, so it's hey, Brian's here. Cool. Now we have a couple people watching. Yeah, as far as comic books go tonight, like I said, there's a lot of books that coming out. There's a lot of books I'm not getting. I'm just kind of dropping books, but also a lot of my books are just already ended or they're ending. So further ado, I guess I'll just get the stream going so we can just look at the books. All right. Did it go? There it goes. It's been ads. All right. So this week, as you guys can see, Hush is coming up this week, and I'm just not really. I don't know. I probably won't buy the book. I'll probably peruse it online, as the kids say. The cover looks really cool. I love the cover. Like, it's Jim Lee's art and stuff, but it's not a fan of the story anymore. Well, you brought Damien into the story. The first one, it felt like it was Elseworlds. This one really feels, I don't know how to describe this other than it just feels bad. Batman pulling a gun on Dick was just stupid, or Jason. Sorry, Jason. But the number 5 for this week is Transformers. Normally that book's a little higher on my list, but there's some other cool books coming out. Big week. He's got a big week with the pulls for me. 6 total. I also continue dropping Hush. I don't blame you. So Transformers, it's a new direction. We got rid of the Daniel Warren Johnson. Now we have Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora on this. Really looking forward to seeing where they go with this book. Now, despite Daniel Warren Johnson him being a piece of garbage, I did like his take on Transformers. I thought it was decent. Kirkman has been a guy who's I've always been a fan of his since Walking Dead, Invincible. I'm excited to see where this is going to go. And especially having Dan Mora on the art. And Dan Moore's also doing this cover is David Nakayama. I don't know. Daniel Warren Johnson still has a cover B variant for those who miss his art. There are no Dan Moore covers, but there is a connecting Jorge Corona cover. His cover is C. He's the one that originally did the art on the. After Daniel Warren Johnson stepped down from doing the art, so Jorge Corona came in, filled in as interior artist towards the end of his run. So it says, Optimus Prime betrayed. The Autobots' newest hope may turn out to be their downfall, but the most shocking Transformers story continues here. 32 pages, $3.99. Now, we talked those before about how certain books are going up in price, especially DC. The main, like Batman, Superman, keeps going up in price. Eventually, those will be $6 issues just for the cover A's instead of the cover B's. It's like $5 just for like a Batman book or a Superman book, and you're not really getting that many good stories out of them. Unfortunately, they're ending one of my favorite ones right now. Instead of letting it be the ongoing, it's like being a 12-issue maxi series. But Hush should be a great series, but with Jim Lee doing the art in there, I still am a fan of Jim Lee's art, despite taking forever. And this is the point. Breen, do you really think it's Jim Lee taking forever to finish the book, or do you think it's just everything else, like just dragging their like? Do they after the bad reception? I kind of feel like they decided to basically just. I thought they're going to abandon the book entirely because they really launched up or pushed up the launch for Matt Fraction's book. So
well, they had no choice. So it said anything that Jim Lee's involved with is going to be done. It's going to be delayed.
Yeah. Yeah, right now with the current Batman book not being that great, and then you have Hush being a bombing, and then on top of that, Absolute Batman. I don't know how that's gonna go going forward with Scott Snyder praising all this stuff on Twitter. I don't know how many. I mean, so far he hasn't had any of that crap in the story. It was Daniel Warren Johnson's basically little annual that had the crap with ice and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see what happens as far as titles go and stories and stuff. But yeah, this is the cover 8 of 9 or cover 1 of 9. I love Battle Damage. Optimus Prime is always fun. You know, just punch the dude. Man, I get a lot of pop-up ads here. Normally I don't get those. Then there's a foil virgin variant, and then there's another variant of the same thing. This is the big time collectible Singapore Comic Con variant by John Jiang, which is a really cool detail. Cool with a poster. Then we have another variant by Jin Kim. And then here's Jen Warren Johnson's cover B. Jorge Corona doing his connecting variant cover. So he's been the tier artist. I like Dan Warren's art, but I also like Jorge Corona's because it kind of felt like it kept the same house style that Daniel Warren Johnson was doing. And it just seems more gritty. But then there's the 1 in 25. But this is a 1 in 50 Dan Moore variant. So instead of spending, thousands of dollars on comic books, I'll just right click and save as. Really, you can just right click and then save as. I don't know why people will go and buy a cover. Like, dude, I would rather have a lot of these as posters than have them as cover. But cover A is, like I said, that is really good by itself. That's what I like in the comic book. Even though it's not the main cover artist, but the cover, I know the cover artist is good. And a lot of commercials. Advertisements. I'd rather have Gary Frank or Jason Fabek book, even with any delays, than Jim Lee. He's coasting on his past fame. I don't think he even really. Like, that's the thing. Jim Lee is horrible as an editor in his job, but he is. But I don't know if he is behind on the books because I don't have the inside source, and a lot of people speculate. But either way, the book
he's
sucks.
never been. He hasn't been on time since he left Marvel in 1991.
Really?
Everything he's done. I mean, there was a Wildcats book he was doing in the early 2000s. We're still waiting for issue 2.
Huh. All right. Alrighty then. Let's see here. My number 4 then, we're going to go down here. He's scrolling down. Where is it? Is Blue Falcon Dynamite. Jimmy Palmiotti has been working on this, and along with Pascal Quano. This has been fun. This is the origin story, and it's a little more dark and gritty. It's kind of like, to me, I don't know how. I always thought that Blue Falcon was always done as a campy, kind of like, cartoonish hero. I mean, at least in the cartoons. I've never really read the Blue Falcon comic books that DC did, crossover stuff, if that was kind of gritty. But this kind of feels like a Frank Miller take on Batman, when they changed it being back to being, or not I'm not gonna say Frank Miller. I would say more like Neil Adams and Danny O'Neill, bring him back to being more of a serious character. In this issue, after saving a bus full of civilians from a deadly explosion, a critically injured Blue Falcon is rushed to the hospital, leaving him vulnerable in retaliation from the criminal elements he has been targeting so effectively. One villain in particular sees determined to have her vengeance on big cities, Cowl Defender. But the furious feline power of Beastwoman is about to meet its match in the form of a new augmented and cybernetically enhanced Dynamite. Yes, Dynamite finally came online. He was injured in the first book, and then the second book you saw how he was basically the program was basically running to basically save him. And now at the end of the book, we saw him, and he just looked like a really cool. He looked like a Ace the Bat Hound. He was all dark, and you just saw his eyes glow, and that's it. He looked very creepy. But I'm like, so I'm looking forward to see him just kicking butt. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, Brian said, Blue Falcon so far is awesome, but it's more intense than the original comic. Cool. And I believe once the dude also said that Jim Lee a fan, but he always felt he was overrated. Hey, what's up, Cheeseburger Comics? Alrighty. And I think, well, these actually do have other covers. Cool. Oh, look, this also has 1 of 9. It's 9. Amanda Connor variant for Beastwoman. Kind of cool. Here's a Michael Joseph Linzer cover. And then here's Francisco, I guess it's the Virgin cover? Or so. Actually, no, that's Lucia Pearl does the main cover. And this was, let's see, 1 in 10. Yeah. Yeah. So far, the Amanda Connor and the main cover are actually my favorite covers of this. All right. And go on to my number 3 then. Keeping up with the theme here of the dark, gritty crime fighter. We're gonna go down to Batman Dark Patterns, final issue, number 12. Which sucks because this is the best ongoing Batman series that there is. But they made it only a maxi series, which is really dumb. Child of Fire, Case 4. Can the Dark Knight detective quell the hungry flames threatening to erase Gotham before the city is no more? Or will the Child of Fire's inferno devour it all? Dan Waters has been kicking ass on Batman. I wish he was on the main 2 titles. But I don't know if they have some sort of like agenda or you're only allowed to write certain things for those 2 titles. They want style is because this has just been fun. Of course, here's the second cover, which is kind of creepy because the guy who goes around lighting fires is wearing like a baby kind of child mask like this. He's a fire suit, and he's just like he wants to make Gotham burn. Because and basically bring back he wants to cleanse everything with fire, and it's just been fun. And I love the contrast with the bandages, just kind of like glowing a little bit, and he's staring at the costume. And this is like Bruce Wayne going from just being shot in one of the previous stories in his ongoing story, and he's can't rest because he has to keep going after these criminals because only he can stop it. So it's really cool. Brain, you're gonna pick up the trade for this, son?
For what?
For Batman Dark Patterns?
No.
You have no care to finish it?
No.
Oh, it's so sad. I think it's one of the best Batman titles in a while. I like it better than Tom King stuff. I think I'll pause probably because I don't like Tom King's Batman. All right, that was my number 3. We're gonna go on to my number 2 then. All right, here, gonna scroll down to another gritty kind of like comic book. I had no idea that I was even picking all these gritty comic books still after we just reviewed a movie over there on Extreme Movie Show that's kind of like noir. Or is noir, should I say. Scroll down. Dick Tracy, number 13, is my number 2 pick for this week. If you have not been reading Dick Tracy is just a fun, ongoing kind of noir title that you should check out. Dick Tracy goes international. He went to Germany hunting for a long-lost friend. Tracy is flooded by long shadows from his own war-torn past. But as the underworld tentacles of the city reach the streets of East Berlin, Tracy makes a startling realization about who's pulling the strings and how it might be connected to the mysterious Summer Sisters and an unexpected new foe. Michael Moorcock and Alex Segura are the writers on there with Geraldo Juarez. It's been a fun story. You got cover A, and then cover B. It's kind of like I love cover B. Mad Cave has just been kicking ass as far as just these kind of books. If you like Flash Gordon, we got Flash Gordon. You got Tracy. You got Dick Tracy. Flash Gordon Quarterly comes out this week too, as well, or supposedly. But it's been it's been a really fun book with gangsters, people being murdered. She, yeah, like an old gangster movie. I love it. Number 1 of the week, though. If you haven't figured it out, let's go in here. Scroll down. Brain, feel free to talk more if you want. You're kind of quiet.
Well, I don't collect comic books anymore, so I mean, I can't really add a whole lot to this.
You can say, "Ooh, I like that cover," or "I hate that cover. Sucks." At least show a sign of life. Okay, you're not interacting in sports. You can bitch and complain about it. So sometimes I have to look down to see if you're actually still on the actual thing. One that you were liking was Redcoat. 1909, and Simon Pure has traded gunpowder and glory for quiet days and clock-punching job. But something or someone will drag the mortal Redcoat back into adventure. What threats loom, and which old friend has come knocking to reignite the fire? The past is never dead, and Simon Pure is about to be reminded why. I love this cover. Brian Hitch on the art. Looking for action, adventure, and magic mayhem? Not here. You'll have to look inside for that. This is a Mike Grell cover, dude. Mike Grell to the cover for Redcoat. Wow. Really, Breen?
What?
Apparently Mike Grell means nothing to you. I like Mike Grell stuff.
That's cool that he's doing a cover.
I thought you'd be shocked that Mike Grell's actually doing cover.
I said it's cool that he's doing a cover. I mean,
yeah. It is weird though. Looking at this cover though, it says that Mike Grell, his way he draws characters, it looks nothing like though, right? Like Redcoat. This is more like if Robert Redford was Redcoat.
That would be Robert Redford. This is Redcoat.
Robert Redcoat.
Yes.
So, of course, we got the Lee Koch cover, which is all right. I like the, the flowers stuff, background. And then there's Brian Hitch, Youngblood team up variants. They've been doing, because Youngbloods is coming back, their image. So you've been seeing a lot of. This is the second book I've seen with this cover like this. I think the other one was what was that? It was a Hyde. Was a Hyde? No, it wasn't Hyde Street. Maybe it was Hyde Street. I'm trying to think of what book was this out last. No, it was Rook. Rook Exodus. I got the Youngblood version. So kind of cool. And hey, Pepto-Bismol. Everybody needs that. So it looks like we got supporting is going to be Albert Einstein, and cameo is Benedict Arnold. So they're bringing back some old favorites into this. Like I said, this has just been a really fun book for me. If you've not been checking out, who is the creator of Youngblood? I think that's Rob Liefeld, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how long that's going to go. Because the last time he was going to do, sign to do something and ended early because he said that somebody swelled the book, the first issue or something like that, and so he basically just it was the Shield. He was going to do that, and he said nope, had a hissy fit and left. So I don't know. I never was really into Rob Liefeld stuff, but some people are fans of Youngblood. They're buying it, getting signed prints and stuff of that. So if you're a fan of that, that's really cool. But me and I really didn't care. What game are you watching, Brain?
Kentucky, Louisville.
College or NFL? College, right?
College basketball, yeah.
Basketball. I think that's right. It is basketball season. All right. Other books coming out this week. Go over this. We got Ultimate Wolverine coming out. We have Action Comics, Metropolis Meltdown. Not sure who the writer is on that. It's been a while. And then we have Fantastic Four #5. A Black Cat. Making laugh like the Grinch. Trying to steal Herbie and everything. Batman and Robin out this week. We also have Ultimate Black Panther, #22. Spawn still going strong. We're 370. We got the Spider-Man and Wolverine #7. I'm not sure if that's Carrie Andrew or who's supposed to be running it. Then there's Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum #4. I don't know. I didn't really read that, but it looks kind of weird. I guess they're trying to go back to call back to like the Silver Age or Golden Age, maybe. It looks more like Silver Age. But Aquaman #11 tie-in is coming out. It's the Spectre of Darkseid. I not really into that. Oh, I forgot about Supergirl's coming out this week. Totally forgot about that. Actually, so let's look at that. Get the little cover, and we got Lena Luthor in the middle, and Thanksgiving in Midvale, and Kara's fighting over her first holiday at home. Now, wow, with plenty to be thankful for. Supergirl has nothing to worry about, right? Wrong. In an attempt to patch things up with her father, Lena has invited Lex Luthor and his girlfriend Mercy home for the holidays. What machinations could Lex Corp have for the sleepy little town? Find out as the heroes and villains sit down to break bread and perhaps bones. Not a big fan of the shark villain, whatever. But I love Streaky though. It'll look at Crypto staring and drooling at that turkey. That is awesome. That is really cool. Everything else go away. Just give me Supergirl and Streaky and Crypto. That is just fantastic. No, that is not Jeff the Shark from Marvel. This is a villain who was introduced in the early issues of this series. But I think she actually might be a shark villain from Silver Age. Because they've been really pulling a lot of characters from Silver Age. Particularly everyone on here is obviously part from the Silver Age, even the girl above her, the red, and then the one that's supposed to be Lena Luthor. And then we have here by Sozmakia. It's a cool little cover. And then Amy Reeder doing a cover here. A cutesy thing. And then Michael Cho doing his own cover. So surprisingly for a book, that's like I said, it's written by two men dressing up like women. They've been really respectful of the female characters in here. It is ironically just weird how it just works out that way with this. So if you're looking for a Supergirl book to check out, I do recommend this series. This has been fun. There's a lot of callbacks to the Silver Age characters, and it's just been wholesome. And it hasn't been anything forcing anything kind of like propaganda or whatever, like character inserts, from the author, none of that crap. All right, That was that one here. With the rest of the books coming out. Spider-Man number 94, issue number 3. We also have Lanterns United. And then Batman Static. This is the book I might pick up this week, Breen. I've been kind of looking at this. Depends on who it's Evan Narcissus. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of him. Or Nicholas Draper Ivy. But it's set in the where Terry McGinnis was Neil Gotham, where he is Batman Beyond era. Virgil Hawkins, aka Static, forges a new technological revolution in Dakota City with the introduction of a Q-wave energy grid. Together alongside the Justice League Beyond, which is I was waiting for because Jurgens was setting that up before they cancel it, because DC is an idiot. But yeah, the heroes prepare for the Earth's induction into the interplanetary alliance known as the Cooperative. Everything seems to be going smoothly until a new villain arrives on the scene and puts everything at risk. At the center of all the mayhem is unlikely a duo of Static, Shock, and Batman Beyond, as they must work together to save the world before it's too late. Like, it's an Elseworld story, so even if it goes like not, it's not canon or whatever. It doesn't have to be because it's not canon. It's not meant to be. But I love Batman Beyond. That's the one thing. That's my weakness. This is on the this is my Jane Greer. If you get that, Breen. I'll be
too busy enjoying Louisville beating the hell out of Kentucky.
This is my, when it comes to Batman Beyond, that I'm Robert Mitchum and Batman Beyond's Jane Greer.
I got it.
I'll keep going back for this. Let her hope that it is. Justin Yen does a cover, second cover, very cover. And then I don't care for this. This is like, why is Kofi Kingston on a cover?
Yeah.
I still love that scene. Hey, didn't you used to have a Jamaican accent? Oh, yeah, Virgin. And I hate the foil Virgin stuff, but Dennis Cohen cover, kind of rough there. I thought Dennis Cohen. Am I confusing Dennis Cohen with Darren Cook?
Yes.
I thought Dennis Cohen died.
No, Dennis Cohen's still alive.
So, like I said, I'll probably give this a try. So, and it looks like we're gonna have Big Barda. We're gonna have a new Flash. Well, I don't mind because it's a legacy thing, kind of thing. Or not legacy, but real far into the future. At this point, I don't know if this where Bart Allen is, what century he's from, if he would even be in, or if he'd be an adult. So Micron, and we have Superman, older, and then we have Warhawk, Rex Stewart, the son of John Stewart and Shira Hall, aka Hawk Girl. And if Icon's gonna be in here too. So yeah. Somebody said I wish that Dwayne McDuffie was alive to see this. Yeah, we would have had Dwayne McDuffie would have been working on this. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. Beneath the Trees, where nobody sees the rite of spring. That book's still going. The World to Come, number 4. If you're reading that, Iron Frost. Gotham by Gaslight. That's another book I forgot that's coming out this week. Issue number 5. Dang, my freaking pull list keeps growing. I don't like this, Brain. The more I look,
maybe you should have looked a little harder the first time through.
Yeah, I know. I made my list here, like while we're going live. Teenage Mutant Turtles versus Godzilla. What the frick is this crap? Oh, let's see here. Tim Seeley, superstar writer Tim Seeley, incredible artist Firo Pei, who's known for doing Night Watcher and TMNT Stranger Things crossover.
Superstar.
I know, right?
They use that word about as loosely as WWE.
Yeah.
Wow, if it's make this free throw. Well, maybe someday in the near future he'll actually shoot this free throw, and Louisville is up 20. That's a good thing, by the way.
All right. Hey, Cheeseburger Comics, thank you for showing up. I hope you, hope you get some good rest. Thanks for watching, man. What we else got here going on here? So this is 1776. J. Michael Straczynski, Ryan Lim. We also got Sean Damian Hill, I guess, helping out with some other art. Revolutionary Warrior symbol. Calamity strikes when a mysterious force dares to tamper with the sacred threads of history. Captain America and his formidable squad of Marvel heroes leap into action. Their mission to safeguard the founding of the United States of America. The fate of the nation hangs in the balance. Didn't we already have this before? Not Marvel heroes being with George Washington, but we were always told that the Daughters of Liberty were in control of everything. So why do they need the heroes to do stuff? Yeah. Basically, something happens, and so the heroes have to go back and help the Revolutionary War succeed. Boring. And it's also Straczynski writing it too, so he's even more boring. Look, kids, this is what really happened in the Revolutionary War. George Washington was a racist. Blood and Thunder's coming out. Still, it's been a fun book. Witchblade has been an interesting ongoing series. Nothing to write home about, but the art's been great. And just been having fun with the story. And I'm just waiting to see how long before she starts to go where she's all pro women only. Goes full on lesbian.
Who?
Witchblade.
Oh.
So far she has it though.
Well, in the original series, the second Witchblade was a lesbian. So that maybe that was enough for him for now.
Mm-hmm. Though Marania, that was in colonial times, steampunk heroes. Those are actually heroes transported back to the Revolutionary War. Stop a villain. Marvel Black, White, Blood and Guts. Number 2 coming out this week. And Strange Tales, number 2. Normally I would be excited. I really don't want to click on that because I'm afraid of who's going to be writing those books. And that cover for the Goblin looks horrible. Anybody watching who actually wants me to click on a book, just let me know. I'll click on it, and you guys can, and I'll look at it. Do you remember the book Die by Kieran Gillen? Well, it's being reloaded. Die Loaded, number 1.
Lucky us.
That's like 10 years old, isn't it? 10 or 5?
I honestly don't remember.
TMNT Journeys, number 3. Consider Tracy. There's Youngblood right there. Mass marketed because he already released this through a Kickstarter thing. So now it's coming out through this main stuff. They also have Gargoyles versus Fantastic Four, number 1 coming out. Another cross. I don't really need that. Hellboy in the BPRD, the Ghost Ships of Labrador. It's Mike Mignola, and it looks like the original group of guys who were writing it, but I've dipped in a couple of these, and I just don't feel like there's any passion in any of those books for Hellboy anymore. Kind of like died out a long time ago. And then American Caper. This is looks like Dan Hauser and a few David Lapham. So not sure what that is.
Has Dan Hauser ever met Dan Housen?
I know you're gonna ask that. Why not? Laszlo? Did he get killed? Wasn't Laszlo? Isn't that the guy from Better Call Saul?
Oh, Victor Laszlo is the guy in Casablanca.
Ah. Tale of two totally normal, complexly damaged families in the world of corrupt business and inept local politicians, bungling criminals, and unfortunate leisure wear. We follow the fortunes of two neighbors on the point of collapse: a Mormon hitman and a gambling addict lawyer. Both intertwined in a real estate deal gone wrong, mixing a Mexican beauty queen on the run from her past, two escaped convicts in love, a Wall Street billionaire who has become a cowboy, and a maniac hell-bent on revenge. American culture has become a war about real estate and violence and snake oil. From the tax avoiders in the manicured wilderness of Wyoming to the thought police of liberal Brooklyn to the confused political environmental battlegrounds of Florida. One thing is certain: tragedy is someone else's fault. I don't know. What do you think? Joe Quinnels as a variant. I think I might be avoiding this book. No thanks. Vampire Armageddon comes out this week too, and then you said there were some variants out this week. Oh, Fantasy 4, number 11. And Justice League, America, number 21. Crisis on Earth 1, which I have this, not the individual issue, but I have it in that trade. And I think we read this, didn't we?
What?
Justice League of America, number 21.
We may have.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Yeah.
Well, it's the first JSA JLA crossover.
Yeah, I thought we. Pretty sure we read it. Trapped in their headquarters, imprisoned by a team of master villains, our governor villains. For that, Justice League of America turns to Justice Society of America to help. In turn, Justice Society will use the assistance of the Justice League in this strange game of turnabout of two worlds. Never before have both bands of heroes never met, but never before has there ever been such a crisis on Earth 1. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it looks familiar. I know we've already ranked it on the cover ranking. It really looks like they're in like this a bunch of bubbles, bath time bubbles, smog. And then Flash Gordon Quarterly, and then we're kind of getting into some variant stuff here. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt is out this week as well. Fred Van Lente, so expect a lot of camp. And then here's some variants you can get. All right, this week's trades coming out. We got Transformers, obviously, Volume 4. You got the direct market variant, and then there's a normal variant, or normal cover. Battle Beasts, Heart of Glory, Volume 1. Then there's a Heart of Glory variant. Direct market variant with Corey Walker. And then we have, if you have not been following along with the Green Lantern Corps, there it is, Volume 1. Peacemaker presents Vigilante Eagly double feature. I kind of skipped that one. I wasn't really into that. World's Finest, or not World's Finest, but DC's Finest, though. War, the Big Five Arrive trade. Coming out this week for $40.
What books are in that?
I knew you were going to say it. That's why I'm clicking on it. It says, what are we here? Armament War, remember 54 through 57. Our Fighting Forces, 17 through 20. Blackhawk, 108 through 111. All American Men of War, 41 through 44. GI Combat, 47 or 44 through 47, and Star Spangled War Stories 53 through 56.
Interesting.
$40 for 680 pages, but you can just go hang out by Jerry's house. He's got a bunch of these. I'm sure he's getting this one too. But you got Robert Kanigher. Then you have Joe Kubert. Nice. Bob Haney, Ross Andrew. Wow.
Yeah, Bob Haney's war stories are a lot less silly than his superhero ones.
Yeah. Bill Finger getting some stories in here too. Nice. He's got the Pee Wee Herman bow tie. That's funny. All right. Robert Bernstein. Yep. Kubert does cover. Oh, look at it. Introduced Blackhawk. Choppa. Chuck Wilson. Olaf.
Can't afford it right now, but I may have to do it anyway.
Alrighty. Master of the Universe, Ninja Turtles crossover. We have Ed Breaker's complete series of Friday for $50. Superman, Our World's at War. Prelude to War. Omnibus. $125. Epic Collection of Doctor Doom. Epic Collection. Enter Doctor Doom. $55. Those have gone in price.
Yes, they have.
Wow.
How many pages is an Epic Collection now?
Probably the same.
I'm curious because
it's probably the same.
It's $15 more than a DC Finest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel's. I said, God, it just.
The other one we saw had 680 pages.
Yeah.
488 pages.
What
a crock.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, just like that, Kentucky's got it down to 11.
Oh. Yeah. No, thanks. 21 stories, and you're not even getting the full thing.
All right, well, that helps. Yeah, that's that.
When Marvel is doing worse than DC in sales, you don't
anything about Marvel. It doesn't suck right now, I don't know that I can think of anything.
The only thing I like it there is the current Punisher book and the Moon Knight. That's current ongoing stories. Blood and Thunder is if you're a chance to get if you missed it, $17 for the first trade, or if you want to get this J. Scott Campbell cover variant.
Fuck.
Super Sons, the complete collection book 2 trade, $50 coming out. $50 freaking dollars though is really expensive. I wish books were like $25. It's getting ridiculous. Look at Doctor Strange Epic Collection, $55. Injustice Compendium number 2 is $60. All right. Micronauts, $55.
This is crazy. Kentucky was down by 20 points, and the only question is now is how much is Kentucky going to win by?
Yeah. Hulk Omnibus Volume 3, $125.
At least that's Roy Thomas era.
Yep, Archie Goodwin, Steve Englehart, and Herbie Trimp. At this point, it kind of feels like instead of paying $55 for hardly any pages, how much the omnibuses have? I'm curious.
Yeah, okay. But to be fair, $55 for those with Marvel. It's not that that's a bad deal. It's just DC's is so much. DC for $40 is an amazing deal, and I would like to see Marvel follow suit because, it's just. I mean, I think you'd want to do everything you could to get as many people buying as you can. And $55, I mean, that might, at some point, the Epic Collection, there's a price point. They ended up breaking the Masterworks series. That's why Marvel's kind of discontinued those.
Yeah.
We're in the process of that. But, these, I think they started. They've gone up like $20 since they started.
This is
I think they were
150.
$35 originally.
I'm shocked this isn't 150. This is $125 for 912 pages. I think 135 through 170, and then 88 of Avengers and Marvel Superheroes, number 16. So, I mean, it's a good era for Hulk.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, man, majority of the books in there are just Hulk. There's nothing else, and it just has like two crossover things. Yeah. Super's Legacy Library Edition, Volume 2's out, $50. Then Who Will Judge the Hulk? The Herb Trimpe, the direct market variants. Creepy coming out, Volume 11. Did it skip? Is that the same volume that keeps coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's come out 3 times now, right?
No, Erie. Yeah, they're running this at the same, and they just started Vampirella.
Jim Apato's DC Classics Art Edition hardcover. If you like Jim Apato's art, and then there's his direct market variant right there. Same price, $150, and that's it.
Nice.
So not much coming out this week, you know. Well, we also have the Red Star Omnibus, $40. So if you haven't had those collected, there you go. I don't think there'll be a second one because there wasn't that many issues, was there? For Dreadstar?
There's like 50 issues.
Is there 50? Okay, I kept thinking there's only like 17.
Damn, this is unbelievable. Kentucky is just beating the piss out of them now. There's an 8-point lead, and you feel like you're losing.
Wow.
Oh, well. Well, so we wrap this up. I thought we were doing the first thing at 7, so I haven't eaten yet, and I'm starving. I want to eat some before the cover ranking.
Oh no, we normally do it at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I guess you do a lot of things at 7 too. I just for some reason thought tonight was 7. Anyway, but I said that's neither here nor there now.
Oh, the ratings are always at 8 p.m. for you guys.
They're not. Marania, Louisville's up 8, but they were up 20 like 3 minutes ago, and Kentucky's knocked 12 points of it off, and it almost feels inevitable.
Right.
I mean, Louisville's got to stop the bleeding like right now.
Yeah. Hey, see the schedule's right here, Breen. Look. That's times we go live.
Yeah, that's Geeky Puppet Show.
Yeah.
Another bad shot, and this is over. Louisville blew a 20-point lead at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That helps Kentucky turn the ball back over. But anyway, yeah, I said,
we'll see you guys later on. About what time is it now? I can't tell.
It's 10.
Yeah, it's almost 10. Alrighty then. So I guess a half an hour.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by and sticking to watching all the way to the end. Thank you. Shout out to Marania, Cheeseburger Comics, Once Like Dude, and Brian Stram. I think that's it. All right. We'll see you guys later.